For Rhythm Jenga, you and your team are going to stand in a circle around the bench. What shape are you going to stand in? Yes, a circle. The first person will go ahead and poke around and find a loose one. And then here is their rhythm. They're going to place it down on the bench, and they are going to clap it and say it, and you're going to clap it and say it back. So I'll go ahead and take a turn. You clap it back for me. Tika, tika, ti, 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 ta.
Tika, tika, ti, 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 ta.
If you catch anybody in your team not saying it back, you get to skip them when it's their turn. Then you put it on top, and the next person in the circle gets to go. You continue until the tower falls. If it does, go ahead and set it back up. And when it's time to clean up, just put everything neatly in the box.
This is Treble Clef Jenga. For Treble Clef Jenga, you're going to play it very similarly to Rhythm Jenga. You're going to take and build your tower. First person's going to find the loose one, and they're going to pull it out. Then they're going to look at their block. They're going to figure out if it's a line or space note. So mine is a line note. So I'm going to take and count it up. Because if the note is on a line, every good boy does fine. Every good boy does fine. This is an F. I show my group. They check it out. I put it on top. If I would have gotten it wrong, they'd help me figure it out correctly. Then the next person, the circle goes. You're going to go all the way around the same way you did. If you knock the tower over, rebuild it, start again. When you're all done, you take them and you put them in the box neatly. If you ever get stuck, there is a helper sheet inside of the box that you can use to look at. So everything you need in the box. All right, your next station is Twister. We have Rhythm Twister and we have Treble Clef Twister. For Rhythm Twister, you're going to have spinner. And you guys are going to take turn being spinners. Do not let somebody be the spinner the entire time. Share. Spinner is going to spin, lands on something. This one says right hand, red, to tika tika ta. So on your board, the person who is playing is going to find to tika tika ta on there. And once they find it, they put their right hand on it. Then the next person is going to spin for somebody else, and they're going to put theirs wherever it goes. You are welcome to get all twisted up if your group chooses to. However, if you're like, oh, I don't really like to touch other people, you can play just like this, put it on there, take it back off, okay? It's up to you and your team. For Treble Clef Twister, it works very much the same exact way. Get your board, spinner spins. This one says right hand, quarter note. So a ta, I'm going to find my right hand quarter note, and I put it right there. Spinner spins again. And this time it says right foot, red, C. So space C, F-A-C. I find that, and I take my right foot, and I put it on that space C. Now, one thing to mention is you will be wearing no shoes on these mats. The shoes will rip them. So make sure you're wearing your socks only on these. When you're all done, you want to make sure you put them away neatly. So let me show you how that works real quickly. You're going to take your mat, and you're going to fold it in half first on the floor. Then you're going to crease your folds. Fold in half again. Crease. Fold in half again. Crease. Again. Crease, and one more, and crease. Put everything back in the box and bring it to me.
For rhythm bowling, your team has 6 people, so you have to split into 3 and 3. 3 of the people will take a ball and bowl this direction towards the white wall. The other team will take a ball and they will bowl this direction towards the yellow door. To set up your bowling pins, you're going to do row of 4, then 3, 2, and 1. Make sure to put them not too close together so it's not so easy. Then whoever goes first takes the bowling ball, aims, And they knock over as many pins as they can. They collect the ones that they got and they bring it over to your score sheet. Your score sheet will have the names of all the people on your team. So I knocked over eighth notes and I look here, that is 1 point. I knocked over another eighth note, so that's 1 point also. A half note is 2 points, and a quarter note, the ta, is 1 point. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and my score is 5. Mrs. Whoopser is beating me already. She got 12. Then your next person goes, and then when you get to frame 2, your first person gets to go again. When you clean up, make sure you look on the bottom of your bowling pins. This says number 1, so it needs to go in the box that says number 1. All of the pencils and the bowling balls need to go back into this box.
All right, this is Treble Clef Detective. It's located in the back of my room. You're going to walk over and you're going to open up your box. You're going to take the top secret page, put it off to the side. You do not need it yet. Then you're going to grab a clipboard and a paper and a pencil. There are 2 clipboards, 2 pencils, and you'll have 2 papers. You're going to split your team into 2, 3 and 3, just like you did for bowling. You're going to take this with your team out to the hallway. Once you get out to the hallway, half of your team is going to start at number 1, all the way down by Miss Harrow's door. Half of your team is going to start at number 20 by my door. What you're going to do is you're going to take turns going. You're going to start here, and the first person's going to go, okay, this is on a line. So every good boy does fine. Every good. Good starts with G. On number 20, they're going to write down G. Next person goes, face for space, F, A. They're going to fill out the whole word. The whole word is gauge. Then you're going to move to number 19, 18, 17, so on. The other team is going from 1 to 20. You want to try to beat them. Once you have all the answers, you take it back into the top secret page. When you get to the top secret page, you're going to take your sheet along with the top secret answer key, and you're going to make sure you got them correct, and then write the correct answers here to see if they match. If they all match, you're done. If they don't match, you want to go back out and check again. And that is Treble Clef Detective. This is the Worksheet Center. Everything you need is going to be in this box here. First thing you're going to do is grab a clipboard from Miss Harrow's room. Then you're going to start with folder 1. You'll get your worksheet out. You'll put it on your clipboard. Pretend I have one here. And you'll grab a pencil from here. All the pencils you guys need are in this box. You'll start by putting your name on your paper. And then you'll look at number 1. It is straight up from the number 1. You'll notice they line up with each other. And you'll look at this one and you'll go, okay, it's on a line. So if the note is on a line, every good boy does fine. Every good boy does fine. My answer is F. I'll write an F right there. Then I'll look at number 2 and I'll say, okay, another line note. If the note is on a line, every good boy does fine. Every. Every starts with E. I know my answer is E, so I write E there for number 2. I look at number 3. I go straight up for number 3 to find the note I need to answer. It's a space note. If the note is in a space, you can punch it in the face. F-A-C-E. My answer is E. I write it right there. You're going to do the whole worksheet like this. When you're done with this worksheet, you are going to tear the top page off and give it to Miss Harrow to check over. Once you're done with this one, you're going to go back to the box and look at folder number 2. This is your challenge worksheet. This one you do not have to turn in when you're done. You're going to get it out, grab a paper, and you're going to put it on your clipboard. There's also helper sheets in this box if you haven't noticed them in the video already. You can use those at any time to help you. So once I get my name on this paper, it's kind of like a crossword one. So I'm going to look at number 1, which I already did for you, and I figure out C-A-B. 1 across goes in, 1 across up at the top in the fish. Let's look at 4 across. It's next. I look at my first note, B, then I would take that B, write it down underneath. Then I can put it up in the box once I finish the whole word. You'll see 4 across is up there. I would write it in. You're going to do the whole worksheet like this. If the fish part's confusing, skip it. What's important is what's at the bottom here. That's the part we want you to focus on. Again, when you're done with this, you get to keep it, take it home. No big deal. Don't worry about turning it in. Also, when you're done, back in the box, you can put your pencil back, but there's answer keys in the answer key folder. Please don't look at these until you're finished with both worksheets. You can check over your answers, make sure you got things right, and make sure you know what you're doing. When you're all done, you put the folders and the pencils back in the bin and the clipboard's back.
Our last station is memory match. If you look down on the carpet, can you count with me how many cards are in each row? Let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have 4 rows of 6. So you're going to set your cards up that way. Also, there are 2 different kinds of cards. Everybody say word card. Say note card. Word card, note card. And your goal is you have to try to match up a note card with one of the word cards. So if it is your turn, find a note card first. So I'm going to take this one here, and I will leave it on the ground so that my partner can also see it. And I'm going to go, if the note is on a line, every good boy does fine. Every good boy does. So that is a line note, and it is line D. So now I have to find the word card that matches. And here it is. So these 2 are a match. Then your partner gets to go. They're going to pick a different note card. So this one here, this is a space. If the note is in a space, you can punch it in the face. F-A-C-E. This is space C, or space E. So this one is right here. And then your partner has made a match. You will continue until all the cards are gone. Then you're going to turn them over, mix them all up, and you're going to put them face down so that the birds are facing you instead of the cards. And your goal is to try to find a match and remember where the cards are. So if you turn over 2 cards, this part is really important. You cannot move them on the floor because your partner has to know where they are. So you turn over 1 card. That is a note card, so I have to try to find a word card. And I turn over this one. Okay, I know that's not a match. They're both note cards. So then my partner gets to go. That's a note card. That's another. Let's try to find a line one. Okay, so now I might have a match. Let's look at this one. It is a line. Every good boy. So that is line B, but this word card says line G, so not a match. If you do find a match, let's say you find line B over here, you take it, you put it in your pile, and you get to go again until you have not made a match. And whoever has the most matches at the end wins the game.